Welcome back to the Auto Insider, where you come to find out what's new, what's hot, and what's not in the automotive industry. This week, we have the 2023 LS500. This is the flagship sedan from the luxury brand. But, as you know, if you've been following Lexus for a while now, they put a bit of a spin on their luxury sedans. They've come out with the F Sport. Now, it's not new, but it may be new to you. All-wheel drive, potent power plant, really intriguing two-tone interior, dual sunroofs, and a lot of other extra goodies in here. Let's go inside, start there, and then we'll take her for a spin. Now, I don't know about you, but once I set foot inside of this LS500, I was immediately impressed by the sportiness of the interior. These sport-inspired seats with the F Sport badge here in the headrest, the red alternating stitching along the dash and the door panels, and then the insets here with the suede, the perforated leather, and then these red side bolsters. If this doesn't say sport sedan, I don't know what does. And then Lexus has their own spin on the panoramic roof. You actually have two glass panels here. And if you've ever been in a Lexus before, you know Lexus doesn't leave many stones unturned. When they start on a theme, they take that theme all the way through. Right here on the steering wheel, this thick leather wrapped steering wheel with the F Sport badge here at the bottom, the paddle shifters here on the steering wheel, and your controls here up top, set up sort of like the cabin of an airplane. Also, new for Lexus in the last couple of years, they've done away with that touchpad here. Lexus has made good use of the space though. Here you have your controls for your heated seats, heated steering wheel, and your rear sunshade. And then, now that the touchpad is gone, everything is able to be controlled from the touchscreen infotainment system. While that's not always my favorite thing about a luxury vehicle, I do like the fact that Lexus has stepped into the 21st century and given buyers what they want. So if you follow any of the other Auto Insider videos, you know, even though I like touchscreen, I'm also a fan of knobs and switches. Lexus has us covered. You have your volume control, radio station controls, all of my controls from my dual climate controls for the HVAC system. You have your radio controls. You can seek and search radio stations without having to touch the screen. And if you want another way, you can also do it here from this steering wheel. It looks a bit intimidating at first, but everything becomes second nature after a couple of days. When it comes to space, comfort, and convenience, they got that covered. I drive with my seat back pretty far, but there's good room on that side. You can move that seat up and out of your way. Headrest, perfect position, just enough light. I can shut it out from the back, but that has to be controlled by the driver. And then in true Lexus fashion, your cup holders here, and it's not as flimsy as some of the other luxury brands I've seen. This appears to hold up really well in the Lexus line. Riding in this LS puts you at a place of serenity and peace. I'm going to go ahead and switch this over to Sport Plus. So I'm going to make the adjustment here. Once it's Sport, twice it's Sport Plus. The suspension dampeners have been firmed up, and the vehicle is going to be a little more responsive, and I'm going to get a little more feedback from the road into the steering wheel and into the seat. Makes you feel at one with the vehicle and at one with the road. And when you think about a vehicle of this size, it's quite impressive. Lexus also has a bit of an artificial sound that comes in that even gives you the feeling that you're driving a sportier vehicle. So listen and see if you can hear this noise. So Lexus actually pipes in an artificial sound that gives you the feeling that you're driving a sports sedan, and you actually do feel like you're driving a sports sedan. As you might be able to tell, when it's in Sport Plus, the transmission actually holds the gears longer to allow you to build up the momentum that you need. And again, you get that bit of a growl back into the cabin of the vehicle. Makes you feel a little sportier than you probably are. You're not getting all that sound on the exterior of the vehicle, but you do get it here from the driver's seat. And normally, when we're driving a vehicle of this girth, we recently tested the Genesis G90, which is a vehicle that this LS would be competing with. In fact, I would even go as far to say that Genesis came out with that G90 just to compete with this LS, maybe more so than the German luxury brands. And while it's a very good impression of the Lexus brand, there's still some things about this Lexus that are more impressive than in the Genesis. So when you're driving a vehicle of this size, one might expect it to be all over the road. And if we were driving in sport or comfort mode, it does have a little more body roll. So for those of you who say, you know what, I need a luxury car for those meetings and for a date night, but after I've dropped the kids off at school and dropped your husband or wife off wherever they have to go, you may want to actually take this vehicle and actually stretch it out a little bit. So while this LS 500 F Sport is not some Autobahn vehicle that you're going to take out, it is a vehicle that if you live in the suburbs and you happen to have back roads like this near your home, what better way to finish the day than a little bit of excitement from your sports sedan on the way home? Just doesn't seem normal that you could actually drive a vehicle like this with this type of comfort. The feedback in the steering wheel could be a little bit better. It's actually not a sports car, and this does give you a feeling of maybe, am I really getting there? Am I gonna get there? But never fear, this electronic power steering does still keep you in your lane and get you there. I have to remind myself, this is based on a luxury sedan, and Lexus has just put forth a little bit of effort to make it a more of a spirited driving feeling. But again, not in any way, form, or fashion intended to be a vehicle that you're going to take out to Germany on the Autobahn. Some of you might don't know that I would. Lexus has a couple of vehicles that you can do that in, but maybe not in the LS. The brakes feel really good. If you could tell, the transmission is actually downshifting, helping me to slow down, holding that gear as I come out of this curve. And as I accelerate, it knows exactly when to shift. But as some of you who may use the paddle shifters, I never do, have no reason to use them. And when it's time to accelerate, this twin turbo 6-cylinder with the all-wheel drive gives me all the acceleration I need. There's no panicking when you're trying to merge into traffic from the on-ramp on the interstate. But let us not forget, at its core, the Lexus LS 500 is a true luxury sedan. With that, you gotta have things like power opening rear lift gate. You also have to have a decent capacity, for things like luggage for road trips and those Callaway golf bags. Then, when you're done, who wants to slam a trunk like on everybody else's car? This LS still sets the bar for many of these luxury newcomers coming to the market.
Hey Lexus,
How can I help you?
turn the fan speed up.
Setting the fan speed to 3.
That's all the time we have today. But for more of what's new, what's hot, and what's not, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and then download the SoundCloud app. Listen to all of our reviews in their entirety. The 2023 LS 500 F Sport. Is it hot or is it not? It pains me to say that it's not all the way hot. It's only a couple of things that are missing that I would like to see. Sunshades in the second row, a third climate control adjustment for the second row passengers, and a better backup camera. Other than that, it's hard to find anything wrong with this flagship sedan from Lexus. Until next week, I'm Daryl Killian for the Auto Insider.